Hi, everyone. During your naturalization interview, a US CIS officer will ask you many questions about your application and background. The officer will usually ask these questions in a way that is different than how they are worded in the application to make sure you have not just memorized them. We compiled some questions and answers according to the real situations in the new N400 form. Please replace the words highlighted in yellow and underlined for your actual situation. Part 1. Information about your eligibility. How are you eligible for naturalization?
I'm over 18 years old, and I've been a lawful permanent resident for over 5 years. Please replace yellow letter with your situation.
What is your basic eligibility to become a US citizen?
I got my green card for over 5 years. If you married a US citizen, you would answer, I have been married to a US citizen, and I got my green card for over 3 years.
How did you become a permanent resident?
I became a permanent resident through my family. My father sponsored me.
How did you get your green card?
I got my green card through my marriage. My husband sponsored me.
Did you get your green card through a family member?
Yes, my daughter sponsored me.
Who was the sponsor for your green card?
My mother. Or my sister. My husband.
How long have you been a permanent resident?
I have been a permanent resident for 10 years.
When did you become a lawful permanent resident?
I became a lawful permanent resident on August 4th, 2015.
What is your date of residency?
Example, August 4th, 2015.
Part 2. Information about you. What's your current legal name?
My current legal name is Jordi Cortizo.
What's your full name?
My full name is Jordi Cortizo.
What's your first or given name?
My first name, given name, is Jordi.
What's your last or family name?
My last name, family name, is Cortizo.
How do you spell your first name?
Cortzo. Cortizo.
Do you have a middle name?
No.
If you answer yes, the officer can ask, what's your middle name?
My middle name is Alberto.
Have you used any other name since birth?
No, I don't have other names.
If you have used another name since birth, the officer can ask, what's your first name or your given name? What's your last name or family name? What's your middle name? Have you ever changed your name?
No, I have not.
Would you like to legally change your name?
Yes, I would. Or, no, I would not.
Do you want to change your name?
Yes, I want to change my name.
Please state your new name. What name do you want to change?
My new name is Jordan Cortizo.
Can you write down the new name on a sheet of paper?
Yes.
What is your gender?
I am a male.
What is your date of birth? Tell me your date of birth.
December 22nd, 1989.
What date did you become a lawful permanent resident?
August 4th, 2015.
Where were you from? What is your country of birth?
My country of birth is Mexico.
What is your country of citizenship or nationality?
My country of citizenship is Mexican.
Are you a citizen of Mexico?
Yes, I am.
Do you have another country of nationality?
No, I don't.
Was one of your parents, including adoptive parents, a US citizen before your 18th birthday?
No, officer.
Do you have a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment that prevents you from demonstrating your knowledge and understanding of the English language or civics requirements for naturalization?
No, I don't.
Do you want the Social Security Administration, or SSA, to issue you an original or replacement Social Security card and update your immigration status with the SSA if and when you are naturalized?
Yes, I do.
Please tell me your Social Security number.
Example 776253578.
Can you give me your Social Security number?
778-757-569.
What is your daytime telephone number?
778-757-569.
What is your mobile telephone number?
778-757-569.
Do you have an email address?
Yes, I do.
What is your email address?
Example jordicortizo89@gmail.com.
Part 3. Biographic information. Are you Hispanic or Latino?
Yes, I'm Hispanic or Latino.
What is your race? What is your height? How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet 6 inches.
How much do you weigh? Or, what is your weight?
Example, I'm 137 pounds.
What color are your eyes? Or, what's your eye color?
Example, black.
What color is your hair? Or, what's your hair color?
Example, blonde.
Part 4. Information about your residence. What is your current physical address?
Example, 2071 Sunset Ridge Drive, Weatherford, Texas, 76087.
How long have you lived at your current address?
3 years.
When did you move to the current address?
I moved to the current address on July 23, 2021.
Has your address changed since you sent your application?
Yes or no?
Did you move after you applied for naturalization?
No, officer. Or, yes, I moved 2 months ago after I applied for naturalization.
Please tell me your new address. Where did you live before?
2306 Beauchene Drive, Biloxi, Missouri, 39532.
When did you move to that address?
I moved to that address on May 23, 2024.
Have you lived anywhere else during the last 5 years?
No.
If you answer yes, the officer can ask, where have you resided during the last 5 years?
Example, I lived in New York before.
Is your current physical address also your current mailing address?
Yes, it is.
What is your current mailing address?
It is the same current address.
Part 5. Information about your marital history. Are you currently married?
Yes or no?
Have you been married?
Yes, officer.
Are you currently single, married, divorced, or widowed?
Example, I am single.
What's your current marital status?
Example, I am married.
If you are currently married, is your spouse a current member of the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes or no?
How many times have you been married?
I got married only once.
Have you previously been married? Were you married before?
Yes or no?
What is your spouse's immigration status?
He is a US citizen.
If you are not filing under one of the categories above, skip to Part 6. What is the current legal name of your spouse?
Julio Carla.
What is your current spouse's last name or family name?
My current spouse's last name, family name, is Carla.
What is your current spouse's first name or given name?
My current spouse's first name, given name, is Julio.
What is your current spouse's middle name?
My current spouse doesn't have a middle name.
What is your spouse's birthday? What is the date of birth of your spouse?
Example, January 11th, 1982.
When did you get married to your spouse?
September 15th, 2011.
Is your current spouse's present physical address the same as your physical address?
Yes.
If you answered no, provide address in Part 14. Additional information. When did your current spouse become a U.S. citizen?
He was born in the United States. Other. He became a U.S. citizen through naturalization.
What date did your current spouse become a U.S. citizen?
Example, November 3rd, 2019.
What is your current spouse's alien registration number?
Example, 000234111.
How many times has your current spouse been married?
Example, 2 times.
When did your spouse terminate the previous marriage?
March 15th, 2016.
Please provide divorce decrees, annulment decrees, or death certificates showing that all of your spouse's prior marriages were terminated, if applicable.
Sure, here you go.
What is your country your spouse is from?
He's from Mexico.
What is your spouse's current job? What is your spouse's occupation?
He's a software engineer.
Where is he currently working? Where does your spouse currently work?
He currently works at John Wood Group.
How long has your spouse been working there?
He's been working there for 10 years.
Who do you work for?
Example, John Wood Group.
Please tell me your current spouse's employer's address.
17325 Park Row, Suite 500, Houston, Texas 77084.
Part 6. Information about your children. Do you have children? Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
What is the total number of children born to you? How many children do you have?
Example: I have 2 children.
What is the total number of children under 18 years of age?
Yes or no?
Are your children biological to you?
Yes, they're my biological children.
What are their names?
Example: my son's name is Diego Carla, and my daughter's name is Nietor Carla.
Where were they born?
They were born in Mexico.
What are their dates of birth? What are their birthdays?
My son was born on September 25th, 2014. My daughter was born on May 1st, 2019.
Where do they currently live?
They currently live with me and my husband.
Do you have any adopted children?
No, I don't.
Do you have any stepchildren?
No, officer.
Situation 1. Do you and your spouse have any children?
Yes, we have 1 child together.
What is your child's name?
My child's name is Alice Carla.
What is your child's date of birth?
Example: November 17th, 2022.
Does your child reside with you?
Yes, officer.
Where was your child born?
My child was born in America.
Are you providing support for this child?
Yes, I am.
Situation 2. Do you have any children from previous marriages?
Yes, I have 1 child.
What is your child's full name?
Example: Anna Smith.
What is the date of birth for your child?
April 22nd, 2022.
Are you providing support for this child?
Yes, I am.
Does this child currently live with you?
Yes, officer. Or, no, officer. She lives at 6022 Destrahan Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70820.
Part 7. Information about your employment in schools you have attended. Do you have a job currently? Are you currently employed?
Yes, officer.
What is your current job? What job do you have right now?
Example. I am a carpenter.
Where do you currently work? Who do you work for?
I currently work at Granite Construction.
Who is your current employer?
Example. I'm self-employed.
Please tell me your employer's address.
Example. 948 South Texas 6, Houston, Texas 77079.
How long have you worked there?
I worked there for about 8 years.
From what dates have you worked there?
Example. April 14th, 2016.
Where have you worked for the last 5 years?
I've worked at the same place.
Situation 1. Have you worked anywhere else in the last 5 years?
Yes, I worked at ALH Building Systems before that.
When did you work there?
Example. May 28th, 2015.
What is your employer's address?
49 South, 500 East, Marital, Indiana 46770.
Situation 2. Are you currently working?
Example. No, currently I'm not working. I'm unemployed.
Are you currently working?
I'm retired.
How do you support yourself?
Example. My wife supports me.
Do you receive any public benefits?
No, I don't. My wife supports me.
Part 8. Time outside the United States. Have you traveled outside the United States in the last 5 years? Have you traveled abroad for the past 5 years?
Yes, I have.
How many times have you left the United States since you got your green card?
Example. 3 times.
How many trips have you taken outside the U.S. during the last 5 years?
3 trips.
Note, do not include day trips, where the entire trip was completed within 24 hours. Were any of your trips for 6 months or more? Did any of your trips last 6 months or longer?
No, officer.
Did you leave the U.S. for more than 6 months?
No, officer.
How many total days did you spend outside the United States during the last 5 years? What is the total number of days you spent outside the U.S.?
Example, 120 days.
How many days were you outside the United States each time?
Example, about 20 days.
How long did you stay on each trip?
About 3 weeks.
What countries did you visit?
Example, Canada and Mexico.
When was your last trip outside the United States?
Example, April 22nd, 2024.
What date did you return on the last trip?
April 28th, 2024.
Where did you go?
Example, I went to Mexico.
Why did you go there? What were your reasons for leaving the country?
Example, to visit my family and relatives.
Situation 1. Have you ever left the United States since you became a permanent resident?
Yes, I have.
Where did you go?
Example, I went to Canada.
What were the reasons you needed to take the trip abroad?
Example, I have a long trip.
Have you left outside the United States for more than 6 months on this trip?
Yes, I have.
Please tell me why you left outside the United States for more than 6 months on this trip.
Because my mother was so sick, I must take care of her.
Can you tell me why? Or give me evidence?
Yes, here's my medical record, Mother.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more.